Welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. This channel is all about planning, budgeting, paying off debt, and my very exciting journey from full-time teacher to full-time Etsy shop owner and YouTuber. So if that is something that you think you would like to see, then please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you along on this journey. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my family's week 2 budget check-in for the month of June. I'm using the Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mom, as well as some category stickers from Cara Jo Plans. I do have a link to the Budget Mom website and Cara Jo's Etsy shop in the description box below, as well as a coupon code for this shop. I am wearing on my nails, I am wearing LONDONTOWN's Summer Fling. This is such a fun color. I do have a link to LONDONTOWN in the description box below. It is an affiliate link. What that means is if you use that link, I do make a small commission, but it does not cost you anything to use that link. And I really appreciate it if you're going to make a purchase that you do use my link. Okay, moving on to June. Let's start with the expense tracker. So the way I like to use her workbook is I like to do one expense tracker per week. It just really helps me to keep things like in a smaller group. It just helps me see things better. And then I do a budget category key at the bottom. That way when I go to close out the month at the end of the month, I have all the categories totaled at the bottom, and it makes closing out the month so much easier. So let's go to the monthly spread and let's take a closer look at where we spent our money this week. Starting with bills. So our cable bill came out and it was $87. Wait a second. These should be up here, not down here. Let me quickly fix those. Those are the expenses from last week. Okay, that's better. We wouldn't have any room to put our things if I left it, so I had to fix that. Okay, moving on to debt. That was our only bill. So we had one debt payment this week, and that was to our SUV. So the way I consider like what's a bill and what's a debt, bills are never going to be paid off. Debts will eventually be paid off. That's how I think of it in my head to keep things separate. So that was $118. Okay, food. So this is, okay, let's talk about food for a moment. So last week we spent $93 on eating out and $192 on groceries. We did better this week when it comes to eating out. We didn't spend any money on eating out, but we spent a lot on groceries. Last night, David and I were talking, and both of us have birthdays in July. He is about to turn 49, and I'm about to turn 45. And we were talking about how we're both unhappy with the way we look and feel. Like we're just not fueling our bodies with good food, you know? And we decided that even though we're on a budget, going forward, we're going to spend the amount of money we need to spend on high quality food. Now, this does not reflect that because this reflects us still buying junk food and sweets. But going forward, it'll be interesting to see how much groceries cost. Like we always think, oh, we can't get fruits and vegetables. That's way too expensive. So we don't, and we both feel horrible. And Logan is, he has health issues as well, and we want to help keep him healthy. So we've decided that however much money it costs to buy healthy, fresh produce, good quality meat, things like that, we're going to spend the money on, and we're going to cut out snacks and sweets and stuff like that. So I don't know, grocery-wise going forward, if our grocery bill is going to go up because we're buying higher quality food items, or if it's going to go down because we're cutting out junk food and sweets. So we'll have to see what happens. Okay, we did purchase gas this week, and that was $40. Miscellaneous. We had a few miscellaneous expenses this week. First, I purchased an item for Logan that cost $11. Then we had a purchase at the pharmacy for $10. And we had a purchase from Amazon for $13. Okay, so those were all of our expenses for the week. So let's head over to the budget sheet. So as far as our family budget goes, we are 1 month ahead. And what that means is at the beginning of the month, we have enough money to cover all of our bills and our variable expenses. I should say our debts and our bills and our variable expenses. Now, what we do is every week we come in, we check off all of the bills and debts that have come out. And then for the variable expenses, I do a week-to-week check-in on the following pages. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so starting with the bills and the debt that came out, our cable bill came out. We had budgeted $89, and it was actually only $87. Then SUV came out. We budgeted $118, and that's exactly how much we paid. Okay, I also mark these off. At the front of the workbook, there is this page. It's called the bill tracker, and you can cross off your bills as you pay them throughout the year. I think this is a really helpful tool. I really like this tool. So we paid our cable, and we paid for our SUV. Okay, so this is where the variable expenses will go, and we do the total at the end of the month, but I want to check in week to week to make sure we're staying on track. So let's check in for this week and see where we're at. Okay, so this is actually a sticker that I created for in my Etsy shop, because this box, what it says is, you know, that you have a space to write the category, how much you budget, and then how much you actually spent. Well, week to week, I want to see what we start with, how much we spent, and what we ended with. So for food, we started with $715, and I got that number from last week when we started with $1,000, we spent $285, and we ended with $715. So this week we started with $715, we spent $254. So let's see how much we have left. So we have $461 left. Okay, gas, we started the week with $80. We spent $40 on gas, so we are left with $40. Miscellaneous, we started with $240. We spent altogether, let's see, it was $11, $10, and $13. $34. So $240 minus 34, that's $206. Okay, we didn't have any money in our spending account because we do that at the beginning of the month. So we started with $180, we got our $180 last week, and that's it for the whole month. And then we have that money for the whole month. So that is 0 and 0. So let's see where we started, how much we spent, and where we ended. So we started with $1,035. Let's see how much we spent. We spent $328. So 1035 minus 328. Sorry, did I say 328? 329. I said 328. Okay. So 1035 minus 328. So we should have $707 left. Let's add that together and see if we are actually left with 707. Yes, woohoo! I didn't make any mistakes. I always like it when I don't make mistakes. Okay, so that is it for this week. Pretty quick, pretty fast check-in. Here's some thoughts that I have. Let's see how many weeks we have left. I think we did 5 weeks we're gonna do 5 weeks this month, yeah. So the way we're headed with groceries, we're definitely gonna go over in groceries because like I said, we've decided to make that a priority. We're gonna buy healthy food, and that's gonna be more important to us than our budget. Here's the thinking. When you get to be our age, my thought is, what's the point of like living a long life debt-free if I'm so unhealthy I can't enjoy that life? So I'm hoping to find a balance between being on a budget and purchasing high quality fuel for my body. So whenever I have a problem or a question, I always go to YouTube. So I went to YouTube yesterday. So I was looking for low budget, healthy recipes. And I am totally open to suggestions and ideas. So if you know of any good YouTubers that make videos about cooking healthy food on a budget, I would love to know who they are so I can check them out. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, will you please give it a thumbs up? And I will see you all again next week. Bye everyone.